Welcome to It's Happening in Grand Prairie. I'm Georgia Clemson, and we're so glad you're here viewing with us today. And we have for our first guest, we have Sarah Dadulik, who is our tourism manager. Welcome, Miss Sarah.
Yes, thank you for having me.
It's great to see you, and we know you cover lots of territory, but today we want to talk about something very special to Grand Prairie and relatively new. Tell us what it is.
Yes, Major League Cricket.
Yes.
Yes, so we've got cricket in Grand Prairie. We are now on an international stage, which is excellent. You know, in June we hosted the International Cricket Council T20 Men's World Cup. So we had visitors from all over the world, and Grand Prairie was being broadcast all over the world. So
Yes.
it's a super exciting time. But to talk about Major League Cricket, just to give everybody kind of an idea of what it is the first professional cricket organization in the United States. So we're super excited that their home base is here in Grand Prairie, Texas.
Yes.
I mean, who'd have thought? They had their inaugural year last July, and because it's new, because cricket is new to the United States, they have 6 teams that are representing major cities throughout the United States. So with 6 teams, their season consists of more of like a long tournament. So their season is about 3 weeks long. And the stadiums that they play in is, of course, here in Grand Prairie.
Yes.
And if you haven't heard or you're not familiar, the old Grand Prairie Air Hogs Stadium, our minor league baseball team that kind of dissolved after COVID and everything, you know, that stadium, 7,200 seat stadium, was vacant for a little bit. And then the city was approached with this idea of Major League Cricket, revamping it, redesigning it, and making it a Major League Cricket stadium. So
Yes.
it's excellent for Grand Prairie.
It is, and they've invested millions of dollars in that to make it suited for cricket.
Yes.
And what an exciting thing for our city that we have people all over the world. And as you said, it's broadcast from Grand Prairie, Texas.
Yes, so people all over the world are learning and hearing where Grand Prairie, Texas is, which is super exciting for us. I know that if you were an Air Hogs fan back when it was baseball, here in Grand Prairie, we really like to root for a home team.
Yes.
And so we have one. Our home team is the Texas Super Kings.
Yes.
And so you can, get all your merchandise and really support our home team that represents the state of Texas, but they are housed here in Grand Prairie. And fun fact, the Texas Super Kings, of the 6 teams within Major League Cricket, they are the only one to have a home stadium.
Oh, wow. And
So-
that's us right here in Grand Prairie.
It is.
And even though they're the Super Kings in Grand Prairie, Texas, the team is actually made up from players all over the world.
All over the
aren't they?
world. In fact, they are going to be selecting this season's captains the July 4th, 3rd, 4th weekend. So those announcements will be coming out soon, and all of that information, once they announce it, can be found on our website. But if you've got viewers that are interested in checking out cricket, their season for this year starts on July 5th. So right after the holiday at 7:30, the Texas Super Kings are going to take on the LA Knight Riders.
Oh, wow.
And so that'll be super fun. Like I said, the tournament lasts about 3 weeks. Grand Prairie Stadium will host 16 of those matches before the playoffs. And the playoffs will happen the end of June, starting on the 24th and go through the 28th. And all of those final matches will be played here in Grand Prairie.
And Sarah, even though they've abbreviated the match time to suit our schedules, they are still like 3 hours, aren't they?
Yes. So this is a modified, if you're familiar with cricket, it can go on for days.
Yes.
And so, we don't have the attention span to watch
No.
a game for days, or at least I don't. And so they have modified it, and it's a T20 format, and it brings it down to about a 3-hour match, which is in line with what
Right.
we're accustomed
a
to.
baseball game,
Yes,
if we
ma'am.
compare that. And
Yes.
it actually got its start from baseball, didn't it?
Yes. So, just to give you a little bit of history, cricket actually evolved from baseball. And, you know, although I'm still figuring out like all of the specifics on how the game is played, I will tell you that it's basically where two teams face off on the pitch. And to simplify it greatly, they just take turns batting and bowling, and whoever, you know, at the end of the game, whoever has the most points wins. So
Yes. And if they want more information, they can Google it, right?
Absolutely, yes. And we've got lots of information on our website. Some fun facts about cricket that I thought your audience might be interested in. Cricket is the world's second most popular sport behind soccer. So that's interesting because, you know, kind of why the big deal about cricket, Major League Cricket, and especially here in Grand Prairie. Well, you know, like I mentioned, we took, you know, a stadium that didn't have any action going on, and now it's selling out at every match. So that's really great for Grand Prairie. In June, you know, we hosted World Cup, and so that was amazing. We hosted the biggest upset in cricket history, where U.S. beat the Pakistan team.
Yes,
which
I
is
saw
something
that.
hasn't happened and wasn't supposed to happen from what I hear. So that happened right here in Grand Prairie, Texas. But during the inaugural season, we had about 50,000 cricket watchers come to the stadium, come to Grand Prairie, Texas. And with that generated about $1.7 million in economic impact, not only through restaurants, car rentals, hotels, you know, retail sales, just a combined thing. So it's a big deal because it's a big deal for Grand Prairie, and it's putting money back into our city. It's bringing a visiting audience, which is great for tourism. We're able to show them what all Grand Prairie, the Metroplex, the state has to offer, which is super exciting. And then for their second season that they're about to be starting July 5th, we're expecting through those matches about 85,000 people come into Grand Prairie. So.
That's amazing, Sarah. And if some of our local residents want to get tickets, how do they do that?
So to make it real easy, you can go to our website, which is visitgrandprairietx.com/cricket. And on that page, we have lots of information about Major League Cricket, including you know, where you can purchase your tickets, but also you can book hotels, there's restaurant options. And we also say, hey, while you're here, check out these other fun attractions while you're in town. So all of that can be found on our website.
Yes, and just a little tidbit, I learned that you don't take large bags in there. You take either something small or a clear bag.
Yes, and I'm glad you mentioned that. So on our website, we have a whole listing of frequently asked questions, and a lot of that covers what you can and can't take into the stadium. I will say that if you've been to a game, and I know you have, they love to whistle. The flags that they wave say "Whistle for Texas," and so it is just a super high energy, packed stadium. A lot of fun, and once I figure out all the details of how the game is played, it'll be even more fun.
Even more fun. Yes, Sarah, thank you for bringing this information to us. I'm looking forward to this coming season with the Texas Super Kings and with all of our visitors that will be there with us.
Yes.
It's just going to get bigger and better.
It is. It is. Very exciting.
Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yes. And we'll be right back.
Grand Prairie, it's time to bag the bag and grab the bin. The city is no longer collecting recycled items in plastic bags because plastic bags damage processing equipment. Instead, use your recycling bin to hold items for pickup. And remember, only glass bottles and jars, metal cans, and paper products are okay. For more information, please visit gptx.org/recycling.
Welcome back. And we're so excited to have our next two guests from the Grand Prairie Arts Council. We have Matt Betts and Miss Debbie Dobbs. Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
We always love to know what's happening with the Arts Council in Grand Prairie.
There you go.
So, Matt, why don't you get us started?
Okay, so we have our Summer in the Arts program, Finding Nemo Junior, and I'll let Debbie kind of talk about it a little bit.
Well, the good news is we are full. We had people sign up right away, and we are full, but we want to encourage your audience to come see the show.
Oh, yes.
So we have 3 performances at the end of July. The 26th, there'll be a 7 p.m. show. And the 27th, there'll be a 2 o'clock matinee and a 7 p.m. show. And it's amazing to come see what the kids put together in 2 weeks. And you can get information on our website about getting tickets.
And Finding Nemo, that's going to be so much fun for
Yes.
everybody.
Yes.
A lot of little fish out there.
That's right.
And
That's
they're,
right.
they're kids from the age of 7 to 15 years old. And this camp really builds confidence in the kids. They get out there the first day and they audition for the various parts. And when they get on stage, they're singing to those 200 or 300 or 400 people that are out in the audience, and they
Yes.
really enjoy it.
Oh, it's such a great confidence builder.
Definitely.
I can attest to that.
Good.
That's great. So remind us when the date is and how we can get tickets.
You can go to our website and get tickets, and the dates are Friday, the 26th of July at 7 p.m. And the 27th of July, Saturday, there's a 2 o'clock matinee and a 7 p.m. show. And we want everybody to come out and see an amazing production.
Yes, and I probably need to come to all three because I have a little fish in the
Yes,
pond.
you do.
Or in the ocean,
That's
wherever,
right.
wherever the set is.
There you go.
But that's going to be exciting. And I know that, Matt, you have some other things coming on the scene too.
Yes, this is our second year to do our movie festival, and we're calling that Prairie Fest. And it's independent films that are submitted from all over, and they're reviewed. And when I say all over, I mean all over. We actually have one submitted from the UK, and we've got one submitted from Australia, which we're real excited about, those outside our country even. But we've had last year submitted from all over the United States. So we're excited this year. And they give out various awards for best comedy, best film techniques, best horror, etc., etc. So it's on August 31st. And it goes from about 2 p.m. in the afternoon till probably 10 or 11 o'clock at night. And they're constantly showing films. They'll take about a 45-minute to an hour dinner break and then come back, and you can come and go as you please.
And Matt, I didn't get to go to this last one. I'm sorry I didn't. But this one I'm excited about because it sounds like we're going to see a lot of things, but you could come and go, like you said.
Exactly. So you can come for an hour and then leave and then come back for another hour. So whatever you want to do, or you can stay for the full 5 or 6 or 7 hours.
And how long are each of the little vignettes?
They're anywhere from 2 minutes to 20 minutes long. So there's some full films almost that you would see, on TV, or there's just little clips that might be like a commercial type thing. So
I see.
they're very exciting.
So if I wanted to come and I only had 2 hours, I would just come between those hours and see what I could. Is there a schedule of what's going to be shown at a certain time?
Yeah, we hand that out the day of when you show up, so you can actually look through there and see what films you might want to see, what films you might want to not see, and then go off for dinner or a break, and then come back and see again.
Matt, I know you promoted this, but how do you think the people in Australia found out about this?
I don't know. I know we promoted it through other film festivals, so anyone that's into film, check the film festivals all over the world, since they can just submit them. They don't have to be on site. They don't have to deliver them. They send them digitally to us, so it's real exciting.
And we purchased tickets to that online as well?
Correct. We're opening the ticket sales as of later today.
That's excellent. And as we're going into the last part of the year, what else do we have in store from the Arts Council?
These last 6 months are just crazy for us. We've got Bonnie and Clyde coming up, which we're real excited about. September 13th through the 22nd. So it's the full musical of Bonnie and Clyde, the whole story of Bonnie and Clyde, how they started out all the way till the end when they were actually killed. So you get to see everything about Bonnie and Clyde here in Texas. And my understanding is there's a hideout somewhere here in Grand Prairie that they used when they were coming through.
Yes,
So-
good history.
Yeah, if anyone knows about that, let us know, because
Okay.
we'd like to investigate that. October 24th, we're real excited. This is our 3rd annual gala. And at the gala, we actually serve all kinds of appetizers to our patrons, free of charge, to our season ticket holders and our monthly members. And also, there is a fee to purchase if you're not a season ticket holder or a GPAC member. But we actually reveal what the 2025 season is. So that's fun. We do one number from every show that we're going to do in 2025.
That is really exciting. What a great event to look forward to in October, right?
In October, October 24th, yes.
And at that time, people can have an option to join or buy their tickets
That's
at
correct.
that time?
Most definitely, yes. Just so you know also, the City Council had asked us to put on one show a year out at the new Epic Theater.
Yes.
So if you haven't been out to the Epic Theater, in November we're going to be doing a show out there at the Epic Theater, so watch for that to be advertised too.
Oh, that's exciting. So lots of fun things going on we can look forward to with the
Exactly.
Arts Council. Well, thank you both for being here today. We loved hearing from you, and always a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us today. And I'm Georgia Clemson, and as always, reminding you it's happening in Grand Prairie